Welcome to the Yakuza Fan Podcast, episode 26 for March 1st, 2017.
March 1st. New month.
It is, finally. I'm glad. that we made it through February.
Oh, I hate February.
February was a good month. I liked it.
For who?
For me.
Why?
I got to play some games. None of the games I wanted, but I played some games.
All right.
I got to expand my repertoire
of
video games.
You did. I guess that's true. Why don't I talk about what I played this week first, and then you can talk about yours, because it's going to be really long and detailed.
Is it?
Yes.
Maybe we're thinking about different weeks because I didn't play much.
Yeah, but you played something new and exciting and interactive.
Maybe I did. Who's to say?
Exactly. So you have something, and I know your stories go on and on and on.
Yeah, also. But before we get started, welcome to the Yakuza Fan Podcast! Okay, now you may go.
Why did you yell out?
Why
were you yelling?
I was upset that I didn't get to say it at the start of the show.
Oh, you like to
I do.
Welcome them all.
I do.
Welcome all 3 listeners. Hey, guys.
Hey, we have like 7 listeners, at least, with the audio version.
I want everyone to leave one comment if you listen.
No, don't leave a comment. Leave a thumbs down if you listen.
No, don't. Why is this still a thing?
It's
Please
so
do
funny.
not do that. Leave a thumbs up, because
leave a thumbs down if you listen.
You're gonna make it so nobody can find these videos.
That's fine. No one needs to hear these videos. I don't want anyone to hear these videos. These are just an excuse for me to talk to you about video games and have you actively participate. Instead of just looking at me like, Deacon, please shut up. Please. You've got to stop, please.
Yeah, well,
which is my usual.
That's only when you talk about Nier.
And anything else.
You know what? If
interesting.
you would entertain me,
Stardew Valley cast.
If you would let me talk about Hamilton more,
oh god,
then I might listen to you talk about Nier more.
My week has been listening to you talk about Hamilton as you
He's a very
slowly assimilate
okay.
all of his information and become him.
I wish. I know nothing about American history. Being
Alexander
Canadian.
Hamilton.
That was a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
It's a good musical. You should give it a chance and listen to it. Hey, folks at home, listen to Hamilton.
I love musicals. I really do. I've been struggling to find time to listen to it. And when I do, I feel like I'm not giving it the attention that it deserves.
He doesn't understand it. He's not smart enough.
I understand it completely.
Anyway, so if you don't know what Hamilton is, it's obviously a very popular musical, which you had to have heard of. But it does the whole story of Alexander Hamilton, one of the American founding fathers, in hip hop, and it's fucking fantastic.
I like the concept. Again, I haven't got there yet. I haven't hit.
You don't like hip hop though. You like 80s hip hop.
I like 80s hip hop. If this was a musical written by Run DMC, I'd be all about it. Like Biz Markie shows up. He's George Washington. I'd be in.
It's true. You have horrible taste in
Tupac
music.
is there.
Oh my god.
He's a hologram now.
You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm leaving. Goodbye, everyone.
You wanted to talk about Hamilton. Let's talk about Hamilton.
Well,
as envisioned by Run DMC.
No, but I feel like if they had made
Do you remember the show Run's House?
Yes, everyone remembers the show Run's House.
It's so good.
There's nobody on this planet that doesn't remember that show.
Okay.
It is the best show on MTV.
So what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say that if they had presented all of my history lessons like this, I might have actually retained some of my history knowledge. I
would agree with that. I feel like every single piece of history that stuck with me that was not Greek or Romance,
interesting and fun.
Modern day history was stuff that was sung to me. Every piece of history that was imparted to me that stuck was through song. Mostly through Animaniacs, surprisingly.
So that's why you only know American history?
I know way too much American history to care.
I know.
I really don't care.
Bills on Capitol Hill. Which was that? Was that Animaniacs or was that Schoolhouse Rock?
That's Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock taught me a lot.
I never saw Schoolhouse Rock. I just know the bit.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe there's a Simpsons pun on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's how I know. That's how I assimilated a lot of Western culture was The Simpsons. Western culture. I lived in some bizarre place.
Yeah, that weird country of Australia.
Yeah,
where
the mysterious South.
To be fair, though, Australia's kind of weird where they pronounce things like Sega and Nissan.
I'm so mad about that. Do we ever explain that I say Sega?
I think we've explained.
I don't know. Any Australians out there?
The Discord knows.
Any Australians out there that are roughly my age will remember every piece of marketing for Sega during the mid-90s in Australia said Sega. Specifically Sega.
I've decided that it's because Australia wanted to be different from Japan because fuck Japan.
No, I don't understand why they said that. Like
because it's a country full of idiots.
But we have. I mean, you're not wrong.
I've been there.
Yeah, we're all. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Criminals.
I mean, you can trace back my family tree to the boat.
Yeah.
Like to the first fleet of ships.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, so you're descended from criminals.
Literally from criminals.
I mean,
I run the largest Yakuza-based website on the internet.
It's your family's legacy.
My legacy is to run a Japanese-based crime syndicate website.
Meanwhile, I am a king.
You are not a king.
I am a king.
You're barely a queen.
I'm related to...
Oh, a queen.
Are you making fun of my voice?
No.
Because I did kick somebody from Discord yesterday for making fun of my voice.
If I was going to make fun of your voice, I'd talk like that guy from The Simpsons.
Oh my god.
Here's your taco, sir. Oh, it fell in the fryer. I'll get it out. Ow.
I can't kick you. Oh, wait.
Here's your taco, sir. I don't want it. This comes out of my salary. If I had a girlfriend, she'd kill me.
Get off this podcast and leave and go kill yourself.
Sorry.
Just kill yourself, Deacon.
God, I love The Simpsons. Let's just turn this into a Simpsons fan cast.
No, if you won't let me turn it into a Nintendo fan cast.
Every week we'll watch one episode of The Simpsons. This gives us 9 years worth of content, and every week we'll just talk about that episode, and we'll do it like a recap cast. I have an idea for a website.
Okay.
Where we watch one episode of The Simpsons every week, and then we do a podcast about it. Or maybe a commentary.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Moving on.
I'm sure it will definitely happen.
Yes.
Leave a thumbs up if you want to see that happen. Leave a thumbs down if you're a listener.
Please don't remind them. Please don't. You're ruining this channel.
If you listen to this podcast through iTunes, unsubscribe to show your support.
Oh my god, did you go to Trump University?
Possibly. Hey, let's not get political on this show.
I'm not. That was a real place. That was a real thing.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh no.
No,
I don't know this. Why would I know this? I don't care so hard.
He got sued for fraud.
The day... I'm pretty sure it was the...
I can't believe you don't know this.
I believe it was on like inauguration day? I can't say that word. Inauguration day.
Yeah.
Everyone was like freaking out about this on my Twitter timeline. And I was so far removed, I built like a tiny arcade cabinet figure. And I tweeted out like, hey guys, look what I made this morning. And then I go and look at the rest of my timeline and there's people literally crying. It's like, oh.
Trump is president.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good time.
I'm not making... it's not political. It's just a fact, not an alternative fact.
Oh, stop. Just stop.
So at work today, we had the newspaper come in, and we were joking, me and her, about alternative facts. Like,
what has this got to do with what you're talking?
It's a good segue. Like, her picture is in the newspaper because she was a writer, and one of the kids was arguing that she wasn't in the newspaper, and we're like, it's a fact, and it's not fake news. It's here.
What does this have to do with anything?
I thought it was an interesting story.
I don't think you actually said who the subject of the story was either.
It was. I said at work.
Yeah, but you didn't say...
We had a lady from the newspaper come in.
Okay.
She's a reporter and shit.
Okay.
And she came and talked to the kids today, but we were making jokes about fake news and the kids didn't get it.
Oh my god.
Also, she loved my game. Okay, guys.
No.
I made this game.
Look at us both making games.
I made this game
This
at
is what
work.
we did last month. We made a game.
Yeah. It's called Editor. It plays exactly like Cards Against Humanity, where you play a picture, and then you have to, like, the picture is the black card, and then you play your white card in your hand, which is a headline. You have to pick the best headline for the picture.
It's not bad.
The kids love it.
Hey, I've played it. It's pretty good.
But a real reporter also thought it was cool. So there.
That's a neat idea.
I got the seal of approval from the newspaper.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the newspaper, by the way.
They'll write an article about this game.
They're writing an article about, like, us and our library club. It's super cute.
That's really cool.
The kids are going to be in there. It's going to be pictures and stuff.
That's really neat. I like that. Okay, we got to pick that up. So did they actually take a picture of you? Oh,
Not me.
I forgot you don't take photographs.
No, I am
You don't
a vampire.
You don't appear in them.
I'm a vampire. Don't appear in photographs. No, she took pictures of the kids. One of the kids was taking a bunch of pictures because she let the kids play with her, like, several $1,000 cameras. She let one of them... This little boy was holding a $2,000 camera lens, like the big zoom ones.
Nice.
And it's like, you let a 7-year-old hold this. What are you doing? But anyway, that was my day at work, in case anyone was wondering.
Yes, we actually were. Did you actually say what you've been playing this week?
No, I'm getting to that. I have a job.
We're 10 minutes in and no one said what they've been playing this week.
Okay, well, I'm dragging it out because all I played was Stardew Valley.
Okay, that's it?
I don't think I played anything else. But, okay, I married Shane. Okay. We had a wonderful wedding.
Yeah, it was a summer wedding, if I recall.
No, it was spring. Spring wedding.
Okay, sorry, it's really warm in Stardew Valley, so I just thought it was summer.
No.
Okay, I mean, I was sweating. I was at the wedding.
You
probably didn't see me in the back.
No, I didn't see you. Anyway, so we're in love now. But he watered my crops for me.
Ooh.
And I was really unimpressed because it's like, oh, I watered your crops for you. That should lighten the load. It's like, I have a complete irrigation system.
I thought you were going to say, Shane, it's raining.
No, it was like, I have sprinklers in every single plot of my crops, so I never have to water them.
Oh wow!
And Shane is here watering them. Like, what the fuck is he stupid? Like, I think I fucked up. I married the wrong guy.
You drowned the plants. You're the worst one of all.
No more Simpsons references.
Good times.
Other than that, my gaming week consisted of purchasing Disneyland tickets.
Ugh. I hate you.
I gamed the system by saving 25%.
That's not gaming the system. That's playing into the palm of their hand.
I know, but I want to go to Disneyland.
Oh.
So anyway.
Okay, so obviously I'm coming, right?
Oh, you want to come?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to. I don't care how. I'm going to smuggle myself into your luggage.
You're going to come to Disneyland?
I'm definitely coming to Disneyland with you.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland.
Perfect.
Woo! So there will be a special Disneyland podcast.
Oh, we should. That would be sick.
We can do like a little video podcast or I don't know.
Oh,
we'll find a way to do this.
Yakuza fan podcast from the Matterhorn. Let's do it. It's a small world. We'll only do it when we go past the Japanese section. We get a 3-second podcast. We're here in the gym. Oh, I like this idea.
Okay.
I like this idea. Okay.
And what else? I was on the Discord
Yakuza
last
fan
night.
updates from Disneyland. Okay, Okay, we need to discuss a meetup in Disneyland.
Okay. Ooh,
Yakuza
a meetup.
Yakuza days. In the Japanese section, if it's a small house. So jump off the boat and we'll meet you there.
I feel like Disney World would have been the better place to have all of this because they have like the Japan Pavilion in Epcot.
Very true, but I feel
it is all weeaboo bullshit.
I feel like it is. It's so good though.
It is.
I feel
Taiko drivers.
Oh man, you didn't. I remember when we went there, I kind of went off the beaten track, like later in the day, and we ended up finding like all these weird like art exhibits that you didn't end up going.
No,
into.
I was shopping.
So was I. And then at some point, I think our daughter ran off, and it's like, oh, where the hell does she go? And I found her in a what's it called, like a little art exhibit with like a samurai armor. I don't know. I was happy. I got to see something that I didn't expect to see.
Yes.
So.
At Disney World.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If
you guys haven't figured that out, I'm obsessed with Disney, so...
That's fine. I appreciate mid-90s Disney. I appreciate early Disney after Snow White.
Yeah.
And very early... Like, I really like the original Steamboat Willie cartoons, stuff like that. That's the era of Disney that I like. And Laugh-O-Gram stuff, like all that.
Yeah.
Really, the innovation that they brought to the medium. We're getting
the Imagineering.
Oh, God, I love it. I haven't been to Disneyland since I was in, like, high school.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You have no idea.
This is now the Disneyland hype cast.
It is.
You guys are going to have to deal with this. We're not going to, like, maybe December.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with this hype for the next however many 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Okay. Tell them what you played this week.
Okay, I have been playing. This is something that I've been waiting to play since it was announced. I never got around to it because I didn't really have the opportunity. I always heard it was kind of bad, but after kind of getting into it, I'm sorry, I really feel like it's not as bad as people say, and you can really get over the initial hump.
We're waiting.
Okay, this week I get a chance to play Tony Hawk's Project 8.
I knew you were going to get into this one first.
You didn't, but you saw me turning the wheels.
No, I knew it was going to be something stupid, but I couldn't remember which game it was going to be.
You saw me at the helm of the ship turning the wheel towards the iceberg.
First of all, I was so angry that this man right here spent
$8.
$10 including tax.
Nope,
almost
$8.
$10.
$8.
Oh, with the Edge card?
Yep.
Spent $8.
Woo, edge card.
Project $8 on Project 8. What a waste! We could have bought 2 ice creams at Disneyland with that.
A single churro. There is a renaissance right now with Tony Hawk games, and I am loving it. I forgot how much I love Tony Hawk games. And shouts out to our backer, Fort Cannon, because he's been really championing Tony Hawk lately. He's right there with me.
That's because he's really excited for
levels.
Tony Hawk.
What? Huh?
The game that you came up with.
Oh, yeah, of course, obviously. Yeah.
Backer in joke.
Yeah, that is a really in-joke. The Tony Hawk game developed by Platinum Studios.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about this cancelled masterpiece, back us on Patreon and go and watch the
backers.
The last backer Q&A.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Speaking of which, we need to get the new one out soon. Everybody,
it's the end of the month again.
Yeah, look forward to us on the channel doing the backer shout-out soon. I know how much you guys love that.
Yeah. Please leave more comments about how we're selling out. We love those.
Yeah, please leave a thumbs up on the backer chat video if you listen to this podcast.
Please leave a thumbs up if you think we're selling out.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I've been playing Tony Hawk's Project 8.
Yes.
It's janky as hell.
It's like the Yakuza of Tony Hawk games.
It's not. It's not the Yakuza of Tony Hawk games. Yakuza 2. Yakuza 2. Sorry. Tony Hawk 2 is the Yakuza of Tony Hawk games because it's the best one. Fight me. Anyone that says differently, fight me, because Tony Hawk 2 is the best Tony Hawk.
I think Thug is the best Tony Hawk.
Thug is up there. Thug is really, really good.
And I will fight you.
But it's not. It doesn't hold a candle to.
You know what I will do? I will play you competitively in Tony Hawk.
Project 8 has a 2-player mode.
Trick off.
No,
okay.
Horse. We'll play horse.
We'll play horse. Okay.
Those games are so good.
Okay, so you enjoyed Tony Hawk Project 8?
I'm playing a Tony Hawk game called Project 8.
Okay.
Is about as much credit as I can give to this game.
I have a question.
It has a create a trick mode before you get there. And
cool.
that is something that I like. Like, when you do a trick off something, you click in the sticks, and it goes into slow motion and zooms in on the board, and your right stick moves your left leg, and your left stick moves your left leg, right stick moves your right leg, and then you get to point them in directions to make the board move in that direction.
And
so
you like this?
I think it's actually really interesting because you're in slow motion. You can move the board pretty much in whatever way you want, and so you get to create your own versions of tricks in slow motion, and you rack up crazy points while you're in this mode.
It's interesting. I don't like it.
But then you have to make sure that before you hit the ground, you've got to reposition the board so it lands directly under you, so you can land the trick.
I don't like it.
Why not?
I like that fake arcadiness of just hitting a button.
No, it feels arcadey. Don't you worry.
No, I don't like things that zoom in and do all that shit. No, it's just not my thing.
And that's fine. I kind of like it. I think it's everything else though feels exactly like a Tony Hawk game.
Well, that's good.
It's jank. But again, a Tony Hawk game that never progressed from the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, Tony Hawk's always been janky. That's not new.
But it looks like fucking trash.
Oh, it does for a PS3 game.
And the level design is awful. It's just absolutely awful.
Okay.
And
Okay, so what's next? Is are we gonna get Tony Hawk's Ride, or is that a natural progression to this?
What do you mean?
Isn't that the one with the board?
What are we going to get personally?
Yes.
No. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. No, not American Wasteland. There's another one in between. There's.
But I need to skateboard on a real board.
Then get out there and skate is all I can say.
But I fall. I'm bad at it. I've tried.
Then go play skate.
When I was 13,
yeah,
I thought I was the coolest kid. I was the fucking skater boy. I had the hoodie. And then, wow. I had the skate shoes, and I had a skateboard, and I used to ride it around and try and do tricks, and I fell once, and I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing this.
This is too
and,
scary.
Literally all I was trying to do was fucking ollie. I just couldn't figure it out.
Never worked
and I
out.
fell on my ass, and I was I'm over this.
Did everyone laugh at you?
I was by myself, and I got scrapes, and I was there was gravel in my arm, and I was not happy. To this day, the only trick I can do on a skateboard, I can kind of manual a little bit, and the only thing I could manage was where you put the board on your feet and then flip it and jump on it at the same in one fluid motion.
Oh, I've never mastered anything.
That was all I could do.
Here's what I've mastered on a skateboard. I can sit at the top of a really big hill and ride it down super fast and not crash. And then scream the whole way.
But my girlfriend at the time, and she would rollerblade, so we would go skateboarding and rollerblading together with the lamest fucking shit.
in my headcanon, here's what's happening. She's rollerblading, you're sitting on a skateboard, and she has like a dog leash tied around it.
Yes, that's what happened.
And she's pulling you along.
I actually got pretty good at skateboarding, like, for transportation.
There's no way!
For transportation, like, to just, like, get down the road. But I couldn't.
You have trouble walking, let alone skating.
What the fuck, you? I used to skateboard. I used to rollerblade.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry that you were too fat
okay.
to do fucking sports.
Okay, Triple X, calm down here.
So let me tell you about how I broke my belt today.
Yeah. Dick too big. Popped right off.
Yeah. I was going to tell this story at work, and I forgot to because I thought everyone at work would laugh at me for being too fat for a belt, too. And my pants were falling down.
That belt was so old.
I know, it was falling apart.
For like 10 years.
It was falling apart. It just snapped. Anyway, I have a question for you people. Are suspenders...
Whoa, what do you mean, you people?
You know what I mean. Are suspenders coming back in style? Can I wear suspenders to work? This is a serious question. Are they cool?
You can, as long as you act like a proper Southern gentleman.
or are they only for Southern gentlemen and really tall, in really good shape with really sick beard hipsters? Like, these are the only two people.
No. Specifically because we live in Manitoba,
yes,
you can get away with it because of the what's the word community we've got here? The
rodeo and the
the German.
They're not Amish.
No, they're not Amish.
They're Hutterites.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't want to look like a Hutterite.
Why not?
Because they're weird.
No, they'll never hear this. Don't worry.
They're weird. Yeah, they don't shun technology. They're not Amish.
I know. I understand that.
I have one of their email addresses.
I understand that. But do you?
They live down the road.
Do you really think they're sitting there listening to the Yakuza Pet podcast? There.
No, but I work at a library that they go to sometimes.
I guess they're allowed to read.
They're making moccasins. They're like culturally appropriate moccasins.
You're making a moccasin of this podcast.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
We've buried the lead long enough here, I feel like. Because I played other games this week.
Oh, other games?
Yes, other games. Surprisingly.
The Binding of Isaac?
No.
That annoying RPG you keep talking about?
Trails of Cold Steel.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. It's great.
Okay.
It's really good.
Good. That's all we need to know.
Okay. It continues to be good. I'm learning about how the world gets its food. Like,
yes.
The world is so well fleshed out that we've gone to a place now that basically provides food for the rest of the continent. And because of the train system that they've set up in the country, they're able to ship it basically anywhere now. And because of that, this town has grown to be like this fucking massive cultural hub for food and trade. Because
speaking of food, in Stardew Valley, I forgot to mention.
Speaking of massive cultural hub, go ahead.
I got a rare crow in Stardew Valley. That is the scarecrow from Howl's Moving Castle from the movie.
Cool.
So
I like that.
That was very exciting.
I like
that. Sorry.
Okay, so Trails of Cold Steel continues to be good.
There must be something else you played.
I played Parappa the Rapper 2.
Why?
Because I was in the mood for Parappa the Rapper, and so I played Parappa the Rapper 2.
I accidentally played Parappa. I turned it on.
You did, yeah.
I thought I was turning on the
mad.
PlayStation that was upstairs, but I turned on the one that was downstairs.
Yeah, good work. And all I see is the controller vibrating into the rhythm. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Parappa the Rapper 2 continues to be not as good as Parappa the Rapper 1.
Oh, it was so disappointing.
Parappa the Rapper 1 is so good. It's got this story of him trying to get the girl, and I gotta believe in all that bullshit. Parappa the Rapper 2 is everything is noodles.
Yeah.
Help us stop everything being noodles. That's the bit for the entire game.
It's not good.
The story is trash. The songs are not as catchy. It's a really solid game. I think that it's mechanically better and you're able to hit the notes a little bit easier. But it's no.
Like, that's hard to make.
It's not even as good as Jamalami.
I don't even like that one either.
Jamalami's in Parappa the Rapper 2. They actually perform together.
I know they do. I played
all
three games.
It's so good. Did you play Major Minor's Majestic March?
I want to say yes.
You did. You hated it. Okay. Major Minor's Majestic March was a Wii game where.
Oh yes! I fucking hated that game.
When you hold the baton, like you hold you're a guy that's in control of like a marching band.
Yeah. And
the whole bit of the game is that you march in game and you have to hold the controller up and down in time with the music.
Yeah.
And as you do that, as long as you're hitting the right
game
beat,
as well.
Yeah, but as long as you're hitting the beat, then more people will show up behind you, and then you get like this awesome song.
Wait, that's exactly how it is in Wii Fit?
Yes.
Does Wii Fit rip it off? Or?
Yes. Here's the key difference though. Major Minus Majestic March sucks. It's
and then
not
the Wii
good.
Fit one is fine.
It's completely it's unresponsive. Like trying to hit that beat doesn't.
To be fair,
work.
the one on Wii Fit is in Wii Fit Plus, which uses the Wii Motion Plus controller.
It might have benefited from that, but just it didn't work.
Oh, there should be a game like that on the Switch.
I hope there is not.
I like Mario. I don't know.
I don't.
I hope
don't.
that there's another...
I want them to fuck off with motion controls. I hate it.
I don't mind them.
I hate it.
I like them in the right games. Like, I liked Wii Fit.
For me, motion controls have set gaming back 10 years. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about motion controls.
You have set gaming back 10 years.
I abhor them.
Yakuza has set gaming back 10 years.
That's not true. Well,
on average,
yes.
On average, about 3 years.
They have set gaming back 10 years to when video games were good and there was no motion controls. Haha!
Oh, okay. Tell them what the fuck you played this week.
Let me think if there was anything else first. I played...
I'm so mad at you that you got to play this.
I know.
I'm so
I played a game that was like kind of violent, full of blood. I was a little bit scared. I've kind of felt like I was going insane for reasons beyond my control.
Yeah, you were playing Bloodborne, weren't you?
No, it wasn't playing Bloodborne. That's a good guess.
You're playing Binding of Isaac.
No, it wasn't playing Binding of Isaac. I'm struggling because I can't remember the name of the game myself, and I was hoping it would come to me as I was describing it.
Oh, that one!
Yeah.
The one that was free on Plus? Or the one that was
$2? The one that was the pricing error, yeah. What the hell was that one called? Darkest Dungeon. I played Darkest Dungeon, and it's fantastic. It is the most unfair game I have ever played. It has the biggest risk rewards. I don't understand the mechanics. People keep showing up that are just broken.
Broken? What do you mean by broken?
I got a guy who was a werewolf. I'm like, oh, this is sick. Didn't know that he was a werewolf.
Yeah.
We went into battle and I saw that he had this option to pick. Oh, okay, I'm going to pick this option. And it turns him into a werewolf, which is great. It gives him a bunch of buffs. Also, slightly drives him insane.
What?
Also, slightly drives the rest of my party insane because they're so scared of this guy on their team who can turn into a werewolf. If you hit a certain threshold of insanity, you maybe won't attack, might have a random effect. If you don't soothe this sanity to normal levels, your characters, once they hit full insanity, will have a heart attack and die. And it's permadeath. And the game saves. If there's a character death, the game saves instantly.
This game sucks.
The game hates you.
I'm so mad at you for spending money on this. You're never going to play it again.
No, I've got it on my Vita. I've been playing it. It's really good. It does cross save.
Of course.
Having the cross save is the best thing. Like that is why I'm such a big supporter of the Switch. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've been like championing the Switch since day one.
Get out of here! Get out of here! You're getting more hyped for it every day.
No, I'm really not. Like I'm excited for the promise of the Switch.
Yeah, I think the Switch is going to be, but it needs to have a good launch. If it has a good launch, I think it could be really good.
I disagree. It doesn't need a good launch. It needs a good holiday.
Yeah,
it does need a good launch.
With Mario coming out, I think holiday's going to be in the bag.
You got Mario. You got Mario Kart Plus. I think it's called.
But unless that new Mario game reviews like garbage,
yeah,
that's going to be a system seller. I think.
For sure.
If it's as much like Mario 64 as they're saying it's going to be, then I think that everybody is going to buy that game.
Yeah, the team have said that their inspiration was Mario 64.
Yeah, I'm so fucking hyped for that game.
Mario Odyssey.
Like that is something to really look forward to, and I can play it on the plane on the way to Disneyland.
Yeah, you're not taking that. Because I'm taking that.
Fight me.
I will. Switch. I will literally.
It's my birthday present.
I traded in my Xbox One.
If you want to share, then I get something else for my birthday.
What? What do you want? I got a copy of Silent Hill 2. You can.
I don't want Silent Hill 2. I don't know yet. Maybe I want to go on a holiday by myself.
No, you don't get to do that.
Why?
Because I'm a jealous fuck.
Yeah, if you're going to Australia.
Because I want to go to holiday. I'm not going to Australia.
Yes, you are.
I have no money to go to Australia. I keep buying Switches. Here's what's going to happen. I'll go to buy my plane ticket and I'll come home with a Switch.
So you can play it on the plane.
On my way.
You're not taking my Switch.
Okay.
Half an hour in. Yeah. Tell them what you played.
This is so stupid.
You're overhyping it now.
No, you've overhyped it. I said it was stupid. So I got a chance to check out PlayStation VR. Finally. I was...
Everyone that's listening is like, You haven't tried it yet?
Yeah, I finally got it. Like, I've been hearing, really good things about it for a long time, that, like, it's the promise of VR that, you remember having back when the Virtual Boy was announced. Like, when you would go to shitty arcades in the mid-90s and you'd put on their crappy helmets and everything would be polygonal and stupid.
Yeah, and you're like, that's too good to be true.
Exactly. I was not convinced of VR. So I happened to walk into a GameStop to, what was I doing there again? I can't even remember what I was doing there. I was,
checking on the...
No, I bought Tony Hawk! So I went to a GameStop to buy Tony Hawk's Project 8, and as I walk in, there's a Sony rep at the door. It's like, hey, do you want to try out Resident Evil VR? I'm like, I don't really have time. I've got to get back. I have 2 of my kids with me. I'm like, you know what? How long is it going to take? Because I don't want to miss this opportunity. If it's like a quick thing, he's like, it only takes 3 minutes. I'm like, jack me in. He's like, excuse me? I was like, let me sit in the chair for this. So I sit down, I've got my 2 kids with me. I'm like, okay, you guys stay close. Don't wander off while I'm playing this. I won't be able to see you, whatever. Guess how long that lasted.
They probably were looking at the toys. At
EB
Games.
EB Games has become such a weird hub of toys now.
It's like a Hot Topic type situation.
Like, you're not even wrong. I don't know when the last time you went in.
I went in there
just to browse. Like, I went in there just to browse, and half of that store is now toys and merch.
Yeah, because there's no games. Like, the Xbox has no games. The Wii U has no games. It's just PlayStation games.
That's true. So anyway, I sit down in the chair. He puts on the helmet. He turns off the TV that he was looking at so that my kids don't get to see the horror. He puts on like the nice set of Sony surround sound headphones, and he gets it all set up. And I've got to say, PlayStation VR lives up to the hype. It's so immersive and scary. Like, but okay, let me walk you through the demo. You're tied to a chair with your hands bound, and you look down at your hands and you see them. They're all bound up, and you can't separate them.
And that's where you're holding
which is
control.
Perfect because in real life I'm holding the controller, so I lift up my hands to see them, and because I've got the controller, like my hands lift up in front of my face, and I can move it around and actually see what my hands look like.
Yeah.
There's a guy laying unconscious on the floor next to me. And so I reach forward with the PlayStation controller with my hands. And I knock over a video camera. The video camera falls over, smacks the guy, wakes him up. He gets up, he starts freaking out. He's like, we've got to get out of here. He finds this bloody great knife. And he's like, hold out your hands. So you hold out your hands to him so he can start cutting through the ropes. And while he's doing this, the music is getting kind of creepy. It's like, oh, something's going to go wrong. And then from behind him, you see one of the main enemies from Resident Evil 7. She comes up and if I am trying to recall the exact series of events because it was kind of through half closed eyes, she grabs him and pulls him away, and grabs the knife and stabs him, and then giggles at me, holds the knife up and flaunts it directly in my eyes.
Yeah.
I physically moved my head back because of how close it was getting.
It does moving your head back, move it back in there.
Yes.
So, if you lean backwards, you're going to be further away.
Yes. Yes, you have a physical presence within the world. Which there's a little side story we'll get to later. We'll get to it right now, actually. So while she's kind of brandishing the knife at me, she's coming in crazy, super duper close. Just giggling, her gross, zombified face is right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is getting way too spooky for me.
Does this kind of feel does it give you that same sensation as when you're watching a 3D movie at the theater and something jumps out at you on the screen? No. It feels like there's depth. It feels. Yeah. So it's like the at-home 3D movies.
No, it felt like I was in the room. It's so hard to describe that feeling.
It was immersive.
It was immersive. I was tied to a chair because I was sitting down. I had my hands bound with the PlayStation controller. It felt like my hands were bound. I could look around me in complete 360 degree view, and sound the sounds would change based on where my head was positioned. You know what I mean? Because of the surround sound headphones. Yeah. So I could hear giggling behind me, and so I try to physically look around behind me.
Yeah.
And I get a full look of the room. It's literally like I am in a scary ass room.
Right. Do you think it's problematic that you probably looked ridiculous while
no,
you were playing this?
No, not at all. I don't care. Because that's how immersive it was. It's
right.
like, the rest of the world might as well be dead to me because I'm in the digital world.
Right, okay.
I have my Digivice, I'm good to go. So anyway, she's right up in front of my face brandishing a knife. I'm like, okay, this is too scary for me. I'm out. And I lean forward to try and take the tension out. Lean directly, my head goes into the knife, pops out the back of the knife. The way she's standing, my head goes completely into her zombified boobs. And then it just kind of cuts because, it's a character model. So I go into her chest and then pop out her back. And she's still like talking behind me, like giggling and waving her knife. Meanwhile, I'm through the middle of her torso looking down at her ass. It was so silly.
Do you think that's a flaw with VR in general, though? Like that's kind of ruins the immersion.
It definitely ruins the immersion, but it also breaks the tension.
Right, in a game like that, but like say I was playing something more adventurous. And do you think that you really should just be along for the ride when you play VR? Like, stand where they want you to stand, do what they want you to do now?
I think in a VR experience, yes.
Like these are more interactive stories than they are.
Exactly. But honestly, the way that it works, I'm okay with it glitching out like that. In the full game, apparently, if you play the full game with VR, you can crack open a door and then you crane your head, and they actually have a mechanic stuff where you crane your head to look through doors to see whether anyone's there. And that's only available with the VR helmet. Like, that you don't get to have that freedom of movement.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, like, when you say if you're playing this game with VR, like, the full game.
Yeah.
Other than little things like that, does the game change? Or is it still the same? Like, you're getting the same experience.
It's the same experience. It's
you're just seeing that depth a little bit more realistically.
It feels like you're in the house.
Yeah.
Like, that's the long and short of it. It's the difference
between the camera being, like, is it first person when you play it? Yeah.
It's always first person. RE7's first person, yes.
Oh, okay. I guess it's the difference between, watching the character move in first person and feeling like you are moving yourself.
Yes, exactly. Like, I could see myself having that sense of movement.
Right.
Like, it really does feel like you're in another place. Mm-hmm. It's the best coming to God moment that you could possibly have. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go in skeptical and then you just have this like, oh shit, I'm in the RE7 house. Oh shit. Like, there's this spooky ass woman there. Like, so she like grabs the guy, takes him away. You hear like screaming and slicing. And then like, you can't move. You're tied to this chair. And then she throws the head at you and it just rolls into the floor. And, you can crane your head around and look at it. And then you have this like brief period where she's like giggling and you hear chittering, like kind of going all around you and you don't know where she is. So you start to panic and you start like looking around. Like, cause you're physically there. Like, it feels like you're in the room. So I'm like looking around trying to see where the hell she is. And then as I'm doing that, like two grotesque hands come down right in front of my face, like inches away.
Yeah.
And then she like leans over and like pokes her head down at me, and then pulls out the knife and you like just kind of waves it super close to your face. And then she like shrieks and jams it into your chest and carves out your heart. And then the demo ends.
So you die.
Yeah.
So you get to look down and watch it happening.
Yeah, exactly. From what I can tell, that demo is an epilogue to the demo that we played for our other channel.
Oh!
I was playing as the camera guy.
Oh, okay.
In VR, and
that's great.
Yeah. So that's how that ended for him. When he got welcomed to the family, he got tied up and put in that chair.
And then his heart cut out.
Yes.
And then became a zombie, maybe.
Possibly. There is a great part in RE7 that I've seen where like you're like kind of like down in a flooded basement, and while you're there, like a head kind of blobs to the top, and like it's a jump scare, like a creepy ass head pops up.
Yeah.
But then if you look at it, you notice that the head is like missing an eye, and then you realize. Do you remember in the demo how when you went downstairs, there was that guy standing there super close to the wall, and then when you pulled him and he turned around, his head was like stuck into a pipe. And he was like the pipe was like through his eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that head was that guy because it was missing an eye. So he was dead. They just threw him down into the flooded basement.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like the only way you can experience the entirety of RE7 is to play like
all the demos.
To play like 3 different demos. The demo that we played was a sequel to a VR demo called Kitchen.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's so bizarre. Like we played a sequel to a VR demo, and then I played the VR sequel to that demo.
That PlayStation 4 demo, the regular demo. That's
so weird.
really funny.
It's so weird. But I like I said, I highly recommend it. Like,
I'm so glad that I actually didn't play this because first of all, I would have actually needed new pants.
yeah.
And second of all, because I am the worst impulse shopper. I would have been like, well,
I
I
was
need a
so
VR.
close. I came in for an $8 Tony Hawk game. I nearly walked out with a $500 headset. I was so close, man. Oh, it was...
If it wouldn't get destroyed in this house, I'd be more
I would
inclined.
lock it down here and, in this basement room and, like, no one is allowed in here anymore. Like, that's it. You're allowed to come in here and podcast and then get the fuck out of my office. Because, holy shit, it's so...
I'm taking all my stuff out there.
So good. There's nothing in here that's yours.
Yeah, except for my Play Arts Kai figures, my figures.
None of those are yours. They're all mine.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, there was an agreement when they were bought that we will share them, okay?
Yes.
But they're basically mine.
No, they're not basically yours.
You got all the other Nendoroids that you don't even bother setting up.
I wanted you to do it.
I don't want to do it.
They're really finicky and annoying.
If I'm going to do it, they're getting set up in my office.
No, but I asked you to do it for me.
And I said no.
Look, that's enough. We had something else we need to talk about. Did you forget what this podcast is for?
No, I didn't.
What are we supposed to do on this podcast?
We spent 40 minutes of preamble at this point. Okay, so I mean,
what was the Yakuza news this week?
there was only two very small pieces of Yakuza news this week. One of them a little bit bigger than the other. We had the Ryugu Gotoku 6 photo contest finally came to a close.
Oh, thank God.
I mean that's like one of the biggest things that I look forward to every week because I can't understand how they get these photos. Like, go and look at the first place winner on the website. I don't understand how
hackers.
They've got to be like this first place one in the front of the Millennium Tower, 6 girls in pink jackets all lined up. How is that possible? Like, there's some other ones here that I can see, like they all make sense. The winner, the first place one though, actual magic. I don't understand. But that's the final contest for for photos. Congrats to the winners. I'm sure you only speak Japanese, but congratulations.
I don't know how to say
Congratulations.
That. Yeah. Good job, guys.
So the second piece of news that actually happened this week was one that
This one surprised me.
This one really surprised me too. Yakuza 0, like the US version of Yakuza 0, received a patch 1.05, which fixes, amongst other things, audio bugs, which... I mean, when I played through it, I didn't even encounter any.
But still, I've heard from other people that it is buggy, so...
Sure.
Maybe it could be a pro thing versus a...
I don't know, but whatever. I'm really happy that that's in there. It fixed an issue where the poker crashes sometimes, which I've heard a lot of people complain about, actually. Especially people going for like 100%.
Yeah.
Then there's also the name of the DLC costume, which I believe in the original version, it was... the Saijima's N3B Parker.
Yeah.
Which everybody got upset with.
Yeah.
Because whilst... And here's the weird part about this. It technically is Saijima's Parker.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's actually, I believe, Lee's
okay.
Parker. Like, he actually wears it... Like, he's actually wearing it in-game.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. Saijima did wear it in Yakuza 5 and 6.
Right.
I hate that he wears it in 6.
Yes. That's a different podcast.
It is. But, it is the exact same Parker from the exact same company.
Okay.
Anachronistically, it's in Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
So anyway, they just went and changed the name of the Parker. The one thing that they added, which I appreciate, as someone who uses these games and takes screenshots all the time, they updated their watermark on screenshots and video. Because every time that you take a video or a screenshot with the PlayStation 4, it used to add this bloody great black Sega watermark on the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's seen any of our updates where we're putting up photos of in-game, it's got this huge black Sega logo.
Yeah.
And it
Copyright Sega. It looks horrible.
It's so jarring. The new version of the game, 1.05, it's just the nice, clean, just white Sega logo.
Yeah, it's got a stroke around it so you can see it.
Yeah, exactly. It's way more subtle.
Why did they just do this from the start?
I don't know. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea, but whatever. I would really like to know if they fixed the streaming issues. I feel like that was a bigger pain in the ass.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen, if you try to stream Yakuza 0, it blocks the chat. It allows video through, but it treats the full game as one big blocked scene, and you cannot have chat interactions, even though you can stream just fine. But you cannot see the chat because only the chat.
Have you tried it recently?
No, I haven't. But I've also cleared the game.
Right.
And once I'm in Premium Adventure, streaming's just open.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big deal. Yeah. I think this is actually a really just a cool thing that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, that they actually went
post-launch patch support.
Yeah.
Like
it shouldn't be a thing that we're surprised about. I mean, every other company does this.
Yeah, but like the Yakuza games come out, they're sent out to die, and then Sega washes their hands of them, and that's it.
Yeah, but this game is like one of their best-selling Yakuza game probably in the West ever.
I've got to think so. Easily.
And it's got 5 stars on Amazon.
It does.
4.8, but it stretches it to 5.
It's fine. Like,
I was actually on Amazon today, and it even says Amazon recommend. Like I was searching just for what kind of Yakuza stuff is on there and available. Mm-hmm. And if you search Yakuza on Amazon, it has like Amazon recommends Yakuza 6. So it's something
Yakuza
that's
6?
Or Yakuza 0, sorry. It's something that is really being pushed everywhere. And
that's great.
It's not Sega paying to have this pushed. It's just it's selling well, so Amazon's showing it to more people.
Yeah. I just can't believe that we live in a world where the game is getting patched.
Yeah.
Every other game, no one cares. It's out.
There's people who care. We live in a world where people care about Yakuza.
We live in a world where Sega cares about their products. I haven't felt this way since like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, I mean, really.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sega, but it doesn't feel like they've actually put anything more than the minimum effort in.
It's true.
But
they've changed things around. They bought Atlas, and that was like Sega going, okay, we need to do something different.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
I think that it was just a bunch of people who were they didn't know, they were tired, and they lost all their motivation, and then I think they bought Atlas, and then all these go-getters were around, and suddenly we're all back on track.
It's great. They moved the Western Studios from San Francisco to LA, if I recall. Yeah.
I enjoy the Sonic the Hedgehog Facebook page.
Yeah. And I enjoy the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter. I don't know. Sega's still killing it. Keep going, guys. John, we miss you. You can stop shilling now.
Yeah. His Twitter is still shilly. It's funny.
Yeah, he was shilling, what was it?
Puyo.
Yeah, Puyo across Tetris.
Yeah.
And then someone called him out and was like, you can stop doing this now. He's like, but I love it.
That's a situation where you have someone who's passionate about what they're doing. Like, we do what we do for free.
Yeah.
But if I worked for a company, I would still be passionate about what I was doing, even if I stopped working there. Because if I worked for a company like Sega, I would never stop shilling Sega products.
I don't work for a company like Sega, and I don't stop shilling Sega products.
We don't get paid.
Speaking of shilling products, we should probably announce that we also have 4 brand new shirts for this month.
Right. 4. Why 4?
Because I couldn't commit to a design.
Right.
I've been asked a few times to release more different clan shirts. This month we released the Omi Alliance, the Majima family, and the Dojima family shirts.
Yeah.
And they're the clan mon in a big stark white with the Japanese of the family name above it. It's if anyone out there has the Tojo clan shirt, these are
you're gonna want
incredibly big, bold designs. They really, really stand out.
Yes.
I recommend getting them on a black shirt.
Yeah, or hot pink.
While I was putting these together, I was hard at work the other night getting these all finalized and ready to go out. And as I was doing it, I was like, you know what? I think I've got one more in me. It wouldn't be a hard design if I can just put something simple together. I came up with a concept for the Osaka Castle from Yakuza 2, which is one of those moments in gaming that has stuck with me ever since it happened.
Yes.
If anyone out there has played Yakuza 2, you will not forget the castle. Yeah. It is maybe the most bizarre part of that game. It is the one part that takes it from reality to fantasy.
Yeah, which is why Dead Souls is canon, by the way.
It's so strange. It makes no sense in the context of the game. There's a great part of Forging the Dragon coming up.
Yes.
Where Nagoshi specifically talks about what happens with that castle.
It is fantastic.
At the time, Yokoyama thought that he was just joking. And then he got actually mad at Yokoyama for not using that idea in the game. So, if anyone knows what happens, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, you can probably guess from the picture. Go to yakuzafan.com, look at our latest shirts. It should be the top post. We have the Osaka Castle. I love it. It's my favorite shirt because of this month. Yeah. Because it looks like a touristy shirt. Like, I visited Osaka Castle. Yeah. It's subtle enough to be a reference, like, without being too overt. Like, I really dislike shirts that are, like, really, really obvious. You know what I mean? Like, to me, part of the fun of wearing fan merch is
having your little
the
secret
subtlety.
Special club where if somebody gets it, you're like,
hey! Yeah, if somebody gets it, they walk up to you and go, oh, I get the thing. Like,
the guy at Toys R Us that's your BFF.
Yeah, shouts out Toys R Us guy who gets my Mega 64 references. But yeah, that's exactly it. I like having a subtle design. The Osaka Castle does that easily. Yeah. So, go check that out. Pick yourself up a clan shirt. No matter who you root for. We've also got the Tojo clan shirt that's on there. You can basically pick who you want to back at this point.
Or back all four.
Yeah, you know what? If you back all four, let me know in the comments.
Yeah. Take some selfies.
Yeah, please. You know,
those are the best when people send pictures.
There is a standing rule for my Twitter. If you tweet me a selfie of you wearing our merch, you're an instant retweet.
Always. It's because they're so... I love seeing them. That's actually my favorite part is when people tweet pictures in their shirts.
Of merch,
First of all, everyone is smoking hot that tweets stuff. And second of all, because it looks awesome.
It does. It stands out really well. So, I don't know. Go buy some merch. You deserve it. Treat
yourself.
You know what? Sure, the Switch is coming out. Sure, Nier Automata is coming out.
No, those aren't important.
Forget those. Buy yourself a shirt.
They're 30% out. Well, not. It won't be.
You know what? When you walk into that GameStop or EB Games wearing a Yakuza shirt, they're going to think you're so cool. Everyone's going to say, yo, where did you get that shirt? And you're going to say, fuck you, give me a Switch. You're going to be the most badass guy. Or gal. Or whatever. Okay.
Person.
Yeah.
A human, which is the kind of person buying a Switch.
Sure. It's a console for humans. This has been the weirdest wrap up. I have like a frog in my throat right now.
Who said it was a console for humans? Oh, you're gonna cough again. He ruins everything.
I can't help it. I mean, oh God, help me!
No.
Take over, Cal. Fill time.
What did you do? Did you eat a Switch game? I heard they taste awful. No. We were watching a video of Snack Taku.
Don't let them know that we read Kotaku. No one needs to know that. That's a mark of shame. I can feel people tuning out. I can feel the likes rolling in as they express their disappointment in this video. Subs are up on iTunes with the hate of this video.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I'm dying.
This guy on Snack, I don't even know who these people are. He was licking apparently the Switch game cartridges taste awful. This is the news of today.
It's the new tech to stop idiot kids from eating the cartridges.
Or you.
I would never eat a Switch cartridge. I am OCD levels of put the games back in their cases or you will never touch them again. That is a rule that has currently been implemented where I have games that I have hidden because you will never touch them again. You don't even know that there is.
Sorry, an email just popped up and all three clan shirts just sold.
Hell yeah,
to
man.
One person. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I personally have put DS games in my mouth. I'll hold them there while I'm doing something else.
I have physically taken games out of your hands because I'm unhappy with the way that you are holding them. I'm not even lying.
The first time he came over, to my house, I do this thing where, assuming there's no small children around, I leave my games out, my discs. Never. I put them upside down, so the shiny sides are up, and I just leave them laying around because I'm still playing them. No. Or I put them. I'm really bad for this. I put things back in the wrong case. Like if I take one game out, I put another game in. I take the game out, put it in the case.
That is my idea of hell. is sitting in a room full of games that are all in the wrong case.
So eventually, I'll get, if nobody corrects me, I'll get to the point where I have like 3 or 4 games that I constantly are rotating between cases because I'm playing them regularly.
I literally feel like I feel that.
We're the opposite.
I am sitting there in hell. I get a TV, I get a shiny new PlayStation 5, whatever the hell is the next gen, where I'm going to die. And the devil's like, you get to play all of the games, any one you want. And it's like, okay. And I open up the case, the one I want, and it's not the right disc. And I go, oh no. And I open up the next case, and it's not the right disc either. And every single game is wrong. And it's endless and infinite.
You get panic attacks when the wrong game is in the case. You get like super angry.
I feel off.
You get so mad at me. You're like, well, the game is not here. Where is it? It's like, it's probably in the other case. Did you look in the other one?
And then I do, and it's not there. Like, not
that it's flipped up.
No. Not that it's not there. Like, not that it's a different game in that case, or it's a regular game. It's just empty.
Yeah.
And so there is now I have the panic attack of this disc was in the wrong case. The other disc is now somewhere, and it has been there for God knows how long. It's out of its case.
I'm literally abused over here, people. You need to help me.
You are not abused. I am abused.
I am abused.
Get back in your case.
He is too harsh and critical, and I want to do things my way.
Yeah.
I saw that you stole Katamari Forever from me. I had it in a good spot.
You had it out?
Okay. Let me tell you.
I found it on the floor of your bedroom.
Do you know
out of its case?
Do you know why I was there? Yeah, I was looking for the case.
Yeah,
Do you know where the case was?
Yeah, I do know where the case was.
You took it down here, but do you know where it was before that?
Yeah, I do actually.
It was in the closet.
Yeah, I know. I found it.
I found it when I was cleaning.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was there.
I know. I found it. I know you found it. I know you put it away. But you didn't go and get the game and put it in the case.
I didn't know the game wasn't in the case.
Oh my God. It's Katamari Forever. It deserves to be respected.
It's a Blu-ray. They're like scratch resistant.
They're not scratch resistant.
It's a thing. Sony said.
Oh my God. I hate it so much. It puts me on edge like... Ugh.
Yeah, but then tell them the story about how you dropped your phone in your cup of coffee.
That was an accident. I didn't set out to do that.
Yeah, my shit is fine, and you're the one who dropped it.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, why would I do anything if you're just going to pick up after me?
Yeah,
That's
you
great.
lazy fuck. So, I know, should I tell that story? Why not go out?
I can tell it.
Go out on a ridiculous note?
I can tell it.
Sure.
Once upon a time,
Okay.
Deacon, this fat fuck, was curled up on the couch, and he had too much shit going on.
Okay, let me paint a more realistic picture. I was sitting on the couch with a delicious cup of hot black coffee and was reading my phone. I was looking for the new Yakuza news to tell you guys. When Cal goes, Deacon, you fat fuck, and I look over at him, and as I turn, my headphones pull, and my phone just goes whoop out of my hand.
Why would you let go?
It didn't. The slight tug on the phone, I was holding it just like by my fingertips, like I was holding it by like
Who
nothing.
does that?
And so the slight pull, it just fell out of my hands and then went head first into my cup of coffee.
Submerged.
Oh yeah, no, only about one quarter was submerged, like just the top, just enough. Yeah. And I pull it out, I wipe it off, I take it out of its case, everything looks fine, it's running. I play a YouTube video on it, it's good, it's a fine video, like everything's great. Cut to about 20 minutes later, doesn't look like I can use my power button anymore. Cut to 30 minutes later.
Hey, and some swell advice of put it in some rice.
I said I'm going to put it in some rice.
No, I told you specifically to put it in rice, you liar.
I was always going to put it in rice. I know about rice.
Oh, you're always going to put it in rice. Oh.
So,
I say to put it in rice.
Cut to 30 minutes later. Oh, my off button's working. Oh, now it's just off. My phone just turned off. Oh, hold on, let me see whether it turns back on. I hold down I plug it in because the power button's not working. It pops up with the Apple logo for a split second, then it goes away. And it pops it up with it again for a split second, then it goes away. And then again, and again, and again, and it's like, oh no. So, I then proceeded to get a thing of rice and put my phone in it.
Yeah.
It was in there for about, I think, an hour, because I need my phone. Like, I can't be without my phone.
Yeah.
It's like an extra appendage. I just sat there, I didn't know what to do. Like, I played Project 8.
Looked out the window.
I know, I played Tony Hawk Project 8. I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
I lose my phone all the time. One time I lost it for 3 days, it was in the couch.
I hate you so much. This reminds me of the time you lost my wallet. You're looking at me like you want to yell at me, and it's so funny.
You are so lucky you're on a podcast right now. I swear to fucking God.
That looks so mad.
But there was this one time I lost my phone and my wallet, and it was like in a bag, and then I
left it at the post office.
No. I didn't leave it at the post office. I lost it on the road.
Oh no.
And somebody else shoved it in the post office thing so that it would get found.
Oh, Jesus. You're a mess.
Hey, I got it back, didn't I?
Yeah, right.
I didn't even know it was missing.
Yeah. I get the feeling that as soon as I hit the stop button on this podcast, I'm going to get yelled at.
Berated is the word.
Berated, perfect. Okay, but here's the funny part. I don't care. You've got to remember that factor.
I don't know how you can stand being wrong.
Regardless, I may remember things differently. Okay?
Alternative facts.
Okay, sure.
You hear them?
They're not alternative facts. We're not bringing this full circle. This is the weirdest ending to this podcast. Either way, you know what? We'll do the old standby. Leave a thumbs up if Deacon was right. Leave a thumbs down if Cal was wrong. Anyway, I think that wraps it up for this week. Good night, Cal. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.